Let's settle down, he said, and start up a life here. Let's make this house be our own. We'll grow old, he said, let's always forever be here. Let's make this tiny house into a home. Let's take on the world, you and me. Let's build a house up like we did in our dreams. We'll never run out of things to see. Let's take some chances and make some memories, but our tiny house suddenly feels so empty. Our tiny house suddenly feels so large. 'Cause when you're broken down and abandoned, our tiny houses feel like they're in charge. Let's settle this, he said. We can't let this destroy us. We can't abandon all hope now. I can't do it, he said. I can no longer live here. I'm all alone in these tiny halls now. But our tiny house suddenly feels so empty. Our tiny house suddenly feels so large. 'Cause when you're broken down and abandoned, our tiny houses start to feel in charge. Our tiny houses suddenly feel so empty. When did our room suddenly get so large? You'll learn one day after all that our big world is getting small. Yes, our big world is getting small. I'll tear down these walls, I'll rip apart the rafters, I'll pull up the foundations from the ground. I'll board up all the windows, I'll kick in all the doors, until this house comes crashing down. 'Cause our tiny house suddenly feels so empty. Our tiny house suddenly feels so large. 'Cause when you're broken down and abandoned, your tiny house starts to feel in charge. 'Cause our tiny house suddenly feels so empty. So our tiny house suddenly feels so large. 'Cause when you're broken down and abandoned, your tiny house starts to feel in charge. Yes, your tiny house starts to feel so empty. Your tiny house starts to feel so large. You'll learn one day after all that our big world is getting small. Yes, our big world is getting small.